Hey,
Hello.
welcome back.
Hopefully this is our final update video before the wedding. We kind of, after our last trip, kept a running tally of maybe some odds and ends that we haven't discussed in the other ones. So this is our attempt to kind of do a refresh of some of those issues and give you kind of some final updates that we have. So
Yeah, definitely. One of the first things that we're going to talk about, we did mention in the past video, but we just wanted to reiterate some things around tipping.
yeah, so tipping. We've given you the basic rates that are pretty similar to the U.S., maybe a little bit less, but did want to make a point of when you're dealing with vendors with cash and you're handing them cash with an amount over and above that. I wouldn't expect change to come automatically. I would expect to go ahead and pay, add whatever tip you want, and not expect to get anything back, because oftentimes once your server or your cashier leaves, you probably won't see them again. So just to make sure you do your tip in the amount you give them, don't expect them to bring you change in exchange for that back. So.
Yeah. One thing I think we did skip that's pretty important in our previous videos is some politeness around toiletries and the bathroom etiquette there. So one of the things that is important to know about Belize is it's not all, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's not all on a sewer system. Parts of the island are, but the majority of them, especially in the Boca del Rio area, are not. So what that means is toilet paper is not friendly to the pipes down there. So when you go to the bathroom and you're wiping, the stalls you'll see in some of the restaurants will ask you to put your toilet paper in a trash can next to you. So that's if you're doing a number 1 or a number 2, regardless, it doesn't matter. They don't want toilet paper going down through the pipes. So, yeah.
Other than a few resorts that are north that have their own systems, if you see a trash can next to the toilet, put all toilet paper in the trash can and not down the toilet.
Yeah, and don't think you're an exception because everybody else is throwing it away. So if you do just this once, it's okay, because I can promise you other tourists are probably thinking that too. So this island is really precious to us, and we want to preserve it and the systems that all of our bars and restaurants and shops have. So please put your toilet paper in the trash can. This goes for actually the hotels too. Some of the hotels in the Boca del Rio are have similar processes. So you'll see when you go into your hotel bathroom that there will be a little toilet, a little trash can there. One of the things I know, like particularly with Todd, he's not always the type of person that wants somebody in his room every day to make the bed. We don't need like our towels changed out every day. So we usually, when we travel abroad, have a tendency to just kind of decline housekeeping every single day. But here you would want to have housekeeping, because housekeeping is going to make a priority of emptying your trash. And if your toilet paper's in the trash, you're going to want that cleaned out every day.
Enough with toilet paper. Little tidbits. We have had experience with golf carts, especially if you're backed up in line with some other folks. Sometimes you'll have a cyclist that will grab onto the side of your cart. They are not trying to hijack or steal you. They're just trying to get a boost on their ride. If they do that, they're probably pretty proficient and you don't have to worry about them falling over. But don't be surprised if you're going slowly and suddenly a bicyclist has attached onto the back of your golf cart.
Yeah, I've been in the passenger seat of the golf cart, not knowing, because you really don't hear, they don't ask, permission or anything. You just kind of look over your shoulder and you're like, oh my gosh, there's somebody that's grabbed a hold of that. It's okay. They're not, they're not going to hurt you. They're just trying to save a little bit of energy.
You want to do ears?
Yes, eyes and ears and noise. So we've stayed in a lot of different places in the Boca del Rio area. One thing I can say that we mentioned in some of our previous videos is the daylight that comes up. So these tips really pertain to the light that's going to come in the morning, and the noise that you're going to hear from the planes flying over, because the planes on and off the island start pretty early, like maybe 6 a.m. I think sunrise is in the maybe late 5 o'clock, early 6 o'clock hour. So if you're looking to sleep in like 7, 8, 9, You'll want to think about either a noise machine, making sure you have an app or something on your phone, but then also bringing either some earplugs or an iPad, like a sleep cover, because they don't have blackout curtains there. The light does kind of does shine in pretty early in the morning, and then throughout the night, depending on where you stay. There, you could be near a road where people are working. So the late night hours, the 1, 2, 3 o'clock hours, is when they get a lot of the construction trucks up and down the roads, getting things out to some of the destination places that they're building outside of the main town. So that traffic noise could be heard from your hotel room, as well as some of the airplanes that I mentioned earlier.
Next up, carpooling to the wedding venue. Mesa Bistro does have some fairly limited amounts of parking. It's a little better at Crocs, but we do encourage everyone to, as you're getting to know each other, make arrangements to hopefully carpool up there, just to limit the amount of parking that we're taking from their spot in addition to their regular customers. But we can coordinate that more as we get closer, but just expect to do a little carpooling to the wedding event. Yeah. You want to do the QR code?
Yeah, so one of the things that we do have a photographer that's going to be taking pictures at the event itself, but seeing as this is a multi-day kind of excursion and that we anticipate having a lot of really fun photographic moments all weekend, we got a profile on GuestPix, and that came with a downloadable app and a portal that you'll be able to upload your pictures. Any of the pictures that you take on your cell phone, you'll be able to upload that. There are 2 ways to do that, and all of this stuff will be explained in the program that I'm working on, but just to give you a heads up, it will have a QR code. There'll be QR codes on just random different things throughout the weekend, but if you haven't already, download a QR scanner onto your phone. Sometimes your camera will do that itself, but prepare to be able to scan a QR code and upload the pictures that you have. There will also be a website that you can go to if you opt not to use the QR option. You'll have to go to a website and put in a password or a PIN number, but the QR code is going to be the easiest. Just know we want all of your pictures from the day that you set foot onto the island till the day that you leave. Nothing is outside of the realm of desire for us.
If you haven't already booked a golf cart, I have worked an arrangement with Isla Bonita golf cart rentals. If you go online and try and reserve a cart there, in the comment section, if you put Berkey Wedding Party, you will receive a minor discount from your rental amount. But not necessary to use them, but certainly we've had success in renting from them in the past, and they have offered a small discount to the Berkey Wedding Party if you do make arrangements with them.
And this particular cart company is also inside one of the main multi-shopping grocery stores, and when you rent from this company, you also get
10% discount at Kmart.
At Kmart. So those are going to be your main pantry, household goods, things like that. And then the last thing, just to give y'all kind of a heads up on what I'm working on right now, with this video link and update, I will email 2 attachments. One attachment will be a flyer to help navigate folks through the airport and getting onto your pedal hopper. I made the flyer initially for my parents when they came in December. So there are a couple of the pictures that reference Tropic Air specifically, but if you're flying Maya Air, it'll work the same way. It just kind of tells you what to expect once you land in Belize City, Ladyville, technically, how to get through customs, how to get through immigration, the idea of basically kind of checking out of the airport and then checking back in and going through security again to get to your pedal hopper and whatnot. So that will be attached to the email that I'm sending. The second flyer that's going to be attached is going to be a high-level overview of kind of the wedding weekend. So starting with Friday, going until Monday, just some of the formal plans that we have for meet and greets, for dinners, for play excursions, and then the wedding and the reception itself. So be on the lookout for those 2 flyers. And then following up a little bit closer to the wedding itself, I'm working on a multi-page program book. It'll be, I don't know, I'm looking at about 20 pages, 24 pages right now, but it'll have a lot of the restaurants that we've talked about in these videos. It'll have a lot of the maps and kind of a layout of the land. It'll have a little kind of picture and blurb about all the guests. So that will be an actual pamphlet that will get printed out and have for you, but I'll make that available in electronic copy as well. So more details for the planning purposes and what to do once you're there to come.
All right, I think we're about 6 weeks away. We look forward to seeing everybody soon.
Yeah.
Down in Paradise.
Take care. Bye.